Welcome to the video lecture for the laser and spectroscopy for third year BSc Physics. The topic is Ruby laser. Myself, Dr. Kavitha, Professor Department of Physics from Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. Today we are going to see the topics contents, introduction, historical importance, construction, working and applications. Introduction. The first laser to be operated was a ruby laser. It was fabricated by Meyman in the year 1960. It is the best example of solid state lasers. Historical importance. A pulsed ruby laser was used for the famous laser ranging experiment, which was conducted with a common reflector placed on the moon by Apollo astronauts. This is a diagram for the ruby laser. It has a flash lamp. There's a ruby rod. One end is fully reflecting, other end is partially reflecting. The high voltage is between the two ends of the rod. Construction. It is a solid state laser. Ruby is a crystalline aluminium 2O3 doped with chromium. The chromium 3 plus ions replaces some of the aluminium 3 plus ions. The active medium is a ruby rod and the active center is chromium 3 plus ions. These chromium ions give the crystal a pink or red color depending upon the concentration of chromium ions. Laser rods are prepared from the single crystal of ruby rod, which contains 0.05% of chromium. The length of the ruby crystal is usually 2 cm to 30 cm and diameter is 0.5 cm to 2 cm. The rod is surrounded by liquid nitrogen to cool the apparatus. Construction again. The ruby crystal is placed inside the xenon flash lamp. Thus, optical pumping is used to achieve the population inversion in ruby laser. The end of the ruby laser are polished, grounded and made flat. The one end of the rod is completely silvered, where other end is partially silvered to get the output. The two polished ends act as an optical resonator system. This is the energy level diagram for ruby laser. Working. Ruby is a 3-level solid state laser. There are 3 levels: E1, E2 and E3. E4 also there. E1 is the ground level, E2 is the metastable state, E3 and E4 are the bands. Optical pumping by xenon flash lamp raises the chromium ions to energy levels inside the band E3 and E4. The transition from the excited state to metastable state is non-radiative transition, as E2 is a metastable state. The population inversion is achieved between the states E2 and E1. Few of the chromium ions will come back from E2 to E1 by the process of spontaneous emission by emitting photons. The wavelength of photon is 6943 Armstrong. This photon travels through the ruby rod, which will result in stimulated emission and thus the amplification of the stimulated emitting photons causing laser transition. Now applications. It is a pulsed laser, so it is used in pulsed holography. It is used in LIDAR. It is light detection and ranging. It is used in remote sensing. It is used in ophthalmology. Because of its coherence, it is used in drilling small areas. Thank you. If you are having any doubt, you ask me.